around 3. Alvin, this brand new documentary just dropped on Netflix called Minted, The Rise and Fall of the NFT. And this documentary centers around, we see this guy, he is like been creating this art online for 6 years. For suddenly one day, he sells one of his art for like $65 million. This documentary starts with, and then we see that like he goes to Jimmy Fallon, and then later on this documentary tells us the crash of online, this market and everything. So I'm not familiar with any of this FT art stuff. So watching this documentary was really eye-opening for me. I was like, whoa, I didn't know any of this art, like NFT stuff. That means that I have seen, like my cousin, they do this art online, and sometimes people buy them, sometimes like you don't get any sale for your art. But I feel like this documentary, where it does good job is telling the audience like all these artists, online, especially their art being appreciated by people around the world. So that part for this documentary, I found it personally quite interesting. However, this documentary also tried to touch base on this crushing market, which is, it doesn't do that good job, because some people just comes on this documentary and tells couple of dialogue. They don't actually explain to the audience like how the crash happened and everything. Like I got confused, like what? So that part for this documentary, the rise and fall of NFT, is not very well explained. However, because this documentary shows you all these people, their art, and how all this art around the world were being appreciated. That part of this documentary is very inspiring. Listening to all their artists, especially their backstory scene, really is very good. Like those, especially one girl who create this, like she creates a video, like music videos. She creates music videos, and I thought, wow, the way she creates her music videos are very creative and really very artistic. However, this documentary tried to touch base on traditional art versus digital art, which I still value, hand like drawing, paint versus online digital, because the digital ones, to me personally, I feel like they're fake. But a lot of people like online art, because on digital art you can actually do a lot of stuff, and the handwriting art is hard to draw a lot of stuff. So I understand, but I feel like the conflict between these two art still exists, because some people like me, they will prefer like actual drawing versus the digital. Once again, the digital ones, to me, or people like me, they will think it's fake because on the computer, AI can make anything these days. So that is why I am not into digital art. Then again, I'm not an artist by any means. I cannot draw anything. So who am I to say anything? But watching some of these people's story, I personally, I liked even one lady, she was from Nigeria, and one lady she from Cuba, and the guy who sold his painting for $69 million. His story was very interesting. I guess this documentary done good job telling the people about all this crashing and everything. Sorry, like how these artists, they were selling their art online. I guess this documentary, because it's only 1 hour something, it didn't explain how the crashing was happening. So that part for this is brushed over very quickly. So I personally didn't appreciate that. Then again, most of the time, this kind of documentaries are on Netflix. They're very bogus, they don't explain to you like what is, because any documentary, you have to think about people who don't know anything about it. And I am one of those people. And I thought some part for this documentary, it's not well explained, but some part is really very well done. So I personally still like this documentary because I thought it was very interesting, honestly. I learned a lot. But it's just it's overall, it's not very well made, but it's not bad either. So I heard this documentary, actually, it was made in 2023. I guess finally it's like it's on Netflix. So I feel like a lot of people will check this out and they will learn a lot from this documentary. It is very interesting and definitely is very engaging. And that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this documentary? If you enjoyed this review on this documentary, don't forget to check out my other review on other documentary. If you enjoy this, please subscribe and I'll see you next time. Please take care.